The reason why I talk so much about stress management, the reason why I talk so much about staying positive is because throughout my time over the last 5 years, I've found the correlation between stress management, staying positive, having faith, and how much it helps with your day-to-day process of trying to get yourself better, getting yourself healed. I've noticed when I was stressed out and worried about things, I had acid reflux. I knew when I was eating poorly, I had acid reflux. I had issues. I had more inflammation. I had a lot more joint pain and issues like that. So the reason why I harp on it so much because I know that it is a factor when it comes to healing your body and trying to get better. You know, sometimes we're on medication that is going in trying to help us get better. Your doctor put together maybe a treatment plan for you, and that's going to help you get better. But without staying positive, it makes it hard. It gives it resistance. Without stress in the body is able to heal a lot better and a lot faster. And so that's why I harp on that so much. I remember all of the times where I went through very stressful situations, maybe financially, maybe physically, maybe worrying. You know, I remember staying up so late at night thinking about how am I going to get better, thinking about what's wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong with me, and the doctors don't know what's wrong with me, and I'm thinking the worst. I'm thinking that it's just the worst thing ever, and that's where the mind goes. The mind immediately goes to the worst thing ever. I started planning for death. I really was. I was saying my goodbyes to people. I was calling people and letting them know that, hey, I'm sick. I'm dealing with something, and I love you and I care about you. You know, this is a goodbye. And it was a very difficult time. But the minute I got some hope, the minute I went to my doctor and they said, hey, everything might be all right. You know, we're going to put together a treatment plan for you, and here are some options. And once I knew exactly what was going on, I felt much better. Once I knew that, everything, there was a plan for everything, every step of the way, I felt much better. And also, my faith is strong, so I believe in God. And so my faith in God allowed me to endure and go through that difficult time. So just having faith, staying as positive as you can be. And I know that's a hard thing to talk about. I know that's a hard thing to be able to just do, to have faith, to stay positive. That's a very difficult thing. But we got to dig deep and we got to figure out ways to stay positive, always keeping your mind in a good, positive environment. One of the things me and my wife decided to do was take some control. We started going to nurseries, visiting nurseries, looking at different plants and flowers, trees, shrubs, stuff like that. And we got outside and we started doing little stuff. We had at first when I had the oxygen in my nose and I couldn't do much, much physical stuff. I couldn't bend down as much. I couldn't get down on the ground. Definitely wasn't going to happen. If I got down, I was going to be there for a while, unless somebody was able to help me up, and that's happened before. But we ended up getting these planter boxes, and they were a little more than waist high, and it allowed us to plant vegetables and stuff like that inside of it, and get some good things out of it. But throughout the process, it kept me positive. It got me up every day. So I was getting up every day and more so worried about the plants, in a good headspace. And for me, that's what nature does. So being out in nature, visiting nurseries, going to different, we used to ride a lot, and we still do. We get in the vehicle and we just ride, especially when it's springtime, summertime. We get out there and we may ride. We may not even get out of the car. We just ride. We go see places. But if we do go to a nursery, that's some of the best vibes I've had is just going to those nurseries and experiencing just the flowers blooming and just all the different colors and how the breeze is just coming through and you got shade outside. Man, it just felt so good. And just the smells, the aromas that come from those plants. And so that allowed me to be in a different headspace and try to stay positive and try to live as stress free as possible. And I encourage you all to do the same. Find you a hobby. You got to find you a hobby and something that you're able to do. A lot of you are dealing with multiple symptoms. I mean, multiple symptoms from shortness of breath, maybe heart palpitations, maybe you can't walk but so far. Maybe you can't lift certain things. Maybe your hands aren't working properly. Your feet, your legs, your toes, whatever. Your limbs aren't working properly. But if you could find you a nice little hobby to do, I think it'll make you feel a lot better, much better. And it doesn't matter what it is. Find you a nice hobby, and if it's a nice day out, try to get you some sunlight. Try to sit outside and take in some clean, fresh air. Try to go outside and sit outside as much as possible. And if you're able to take a walk around the yard or go to a park or something like that, do it, man. Get out and do it, and try to help yourself heal. Our body is just like a tree. Our body is just like a plant. And it's written in the Bible. In the book of Genesis, it talks about how God created the earth. He created the plants. He created the herbs. And he didn't have a man yet to be able to deal with it, in a sense. And I'm paraphrasing everything. So what he did was, before water came up, before he watered the earth and allowed the plants and the herbs to come up, he created man from the dirt. And then he watered it. And then everything came up at the same time. So you're no different than a plant or a tree. There are certain things that you need. You need water. You need oxygen. You need all of the minerals that come from the dirt. Everything that's in the dirt. So when you go to the doctor and you get checked, what do they check for? Calcium, magnesium. They check for potassium. All of those things are found in the dirt. Iron. They're all found in the dirt. And so you are much like a plant. If those things are off, then you won't be feeling proper. You won't be growing the right way, just like a plant. So if those things are off on a plant, the plant doesn't grow as good. So you got to figure out what's wrong with it. And the same thing when you go to the doctor, they're trying to figure out what's wrong with it. And it's just like a plant. A plant or a tree is made up of a very high percentage of water, just like the human body. So you're just like a plant. So you need oxygen. You need the sunlight in order to grow. You need to be outside some. You have to. You have to be outside some. That's it. Stay positive.